Now this is another secondary example, and it's set out a little bit differently, so it has some different strengths. The visual nature of the website's really clear, and I love the contemporary imagery that is there that would appeal to a Year 10 student. Notice it has an overview of the task, and if you want to click here, you get the task sheet that you are going to go through. So there's some cross-linkage in its navigation, which is important, and the marking rubric. It goes through and approaches it from a different area, and maybe my criticism is that should be numeracy, that should be literacy, and so on. But it does satisfy supplying the information for the students. So if you have a look here in the background, and then notice the tabs at the top match the sections down here, so there's multiple ways of accessing the information. So we have a look at the vocabulary, which is word knowledge, which was identified, and here's the terms, and there's a scientific dictionary to help you, and he's identified those words in this task that is there. So that's our background, research help, photos and diagrams, and perhaps that should have been for a slightly different area under the ICT banner, although it could be argued about visual knowledge is another area. Calculation, we're using measurement, we're calculating, we're doing graphing, so the sections are appropriate, but it probably might be more best described as numeracy, and the writing skills would be best described as literacy. But does it cover the information? So we go for graphing and trends as an example. Here's an interpreting graphs, our scatter plots, and each area you notice has got hyperlinks, a web page, a video, and a website. So if we have a look at this video, interpreting graphs, what does it have a look at? Let's watch our compulsory ad, but here we go. Reading graphs. So everyone, you've got to get excited about graphing, don't you? So what we're seeing is, again, it is breaking the task down to the elements that have been identified in your part A, and providing information which is accessible for students, and providing information which is supported by written information, as I said, a website, a video, or a worksheet, or some other written scaffold. So multiple levels of navigation through this. So this is slightly different. It has its, I think the strength is its visual and its navigation, and it is very clear. Perhaps, as we indicated here, that the terminology at the top here could have been perhaps better categorised, and I think we're underdone a little bit on the ICT. But it's got really good elements that you can take away and put in your task.